At some point in our lives, we probably all had a babysitting gig.
Yeah, it may have been for family or friends, or maybe a true paying job.
Did you guys did you babysit?
Sure did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And sometimes
Wasn't great at
I
it.
didn't get paid very much.
I only did it a couple times. I realized I did not like kids even as a kid.
Yep,
No,
exactly.
this is not for me. But we're kind of at this point in our lives where our oldest is getting old enough where we can leave her alone for short periods of time. And I remember having this conversation with Ron Smiley because his oldest is a couple of years older than Lila, so I kept leaning on him for advice and guidance on this. And truly, there is no real age. It is based on the child and the child alone.
Mm-hmm.
Are they
Their
mature
maturity,
enough?
yes.
Right, like all of that. But you get to that age where you're like, I think we're kind of there. I think that they're mature enough. I think that they're old enough. But my question is she old enough to watch her siblings? And when do you get to that point? I saw this article in parents.com, and they kind of dived into this issue of babysitting. So what they said is that there's no universal rule for when kids can start babysitting. Pennsylvania actually joins a few dozen states that have no law or age restrictions on babysitting.
Well, thanks for the help.
Yeah.
Thanks for
So,
the help.
I mean, really, there are more states that don't than do.
Okay.
When it comes to this. Pennsylvania also does not have a law that specifies when kids can be home alone, which I thought was crazy. I mean, there is a clear distinction, obviously, on neglect and leaving a baby home alone and leaving an older child home alone.
Right.
Like, they're,
Oh my God,
right?
yeah.
Like, neglect
Use your head,
things are
yeah.
much different than just leaving a child home alone. I know you two aren't quite there yet, but you will be.
Oh my God,
We
Heather,
all
I
get to
can't
this
wait.
point.
This is chapter 2 of parenting. I feel it.
My biggest thing though is being the oldest, being the eldest daughter, unfortunately, we know that comes with a lot of things. I know that she has a maturity that is much greater than her siblings and probably will be even when they're at her age. But when can she start watching the others? So they also included signs that you know that your child is ready to start babysitting, like demonstrating responsibility, shows maturity. Patience is a big thing because, of course, if they're fighting with their siblings and, you know, yelling at them, then that's not going to go well. Takes charge, prepares meals and snacks, makes thoughtful decisions, can handle emergencies, has some first aid training, and manages emotions well.
Okay, well, my kids aren't ready. I think that's all I learned here.
Right.
Yes.
And this is also hard because when they're entering puberty, I don't know how well anybody manages emotions.
It's hard, yeah.
Right?
I'm 37. I'm learning.
Right. I mean, I would consider us more of latchkey kids. I know, Heather, you were in the same boat. So my brother and I, he's maybe a year and a half, 2 years younger than I. 7, 8, we were at home by ourselves. And I will say, we were very responsible kids. I mean, I did try to ship my brother to Abu Dhabi. Like, I put him in a box and taped it.
Oh, my
So
gosh.
that was, but, you know, he was just breathing too heavy.
It was just that one time. He was chewing too
and
loud.
I almost burned the house down once with a grease fire. But outside of that, it all worked out.
You were really giving Heather the wings to fly. Her and Frankie to go have that date night and hire Lila.
We're going to wait.
Okay. I think they'll be great. They'll be fine. Yeah.
I will say it's so funny. My mom's like, I babysat when I was 10. I don't know what everyone's waiting for. I'm like, it's a different time, Care. It's a different time.
Yeah, so I think like for us, it's probably going to be those small doses.
Totally.
Can we do small doses where we're within driving range to get back home in the event that something's happening with neighbors close by that can also jump in if need be.
In the driveway.